What's up, sports fans, and welcome to the Sports Shack, hosted by Jay Kerr and myself, Buddy Burns. Right now, we're going to get into something new here at the Sports Shack. We're going to break down the NCAA men's basketball brackets.
Well, we're going to do the top 10 teams, right?
Yeah, we're going to do it in two parts. We're only going to talk about the top 20, but the first part is going to be the top 10.
Okay, let's do this.
We got the right guy to do it with. Okay, let's start. Let's start with the number one seed right now in the coming out of the ACC, Duke.
Reigning champions. They're champions last year, bringing back basically most of the team from last year. They got a lot of depth. They got Nolan Smith, their guard, kind of injured earlier in the year. They lost their point guard, freshman sensation Kyle Irving. That's a big loss because that guy, there's a good chance that he will go first overall in the NBA draft coming up. He's probably one of the best players in college basketball, and he's done for the season. But Duke's marching on. They got lots of depth. They got a bunch of big white dudes that can rebound. They got Kyle Singler, 6'9", can hit threes. And you know what? They got Seth Curry.
That guy's money.
Yeah, they got Seth Curry. Del Curry's other son, Stephen Curry's brother, transferred over to Duke this year. And, I watched him play a few times. He wasn't anything spectacular. He's not Stephen Curry. He's not Del Curry either. But, he's a college player, and he's going to help them in the tourney.
I think so, too. Okay, moving on. The second seed, Ohio State, coming out of one of the teams coming out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, the Big Ten. Boy, do they have a lot of good teams. Like, top of the line, they're one of the best conferences. I think in the top 10 we got 3 Big Ten teams, so we're going to talk about 3 Big Ten teams. The first one's going to be Ohio State.
Which is the highest ranking of...
Oh, yeah, definitely. You got... Basically, this is a team that has... They only play about 7 guys. So come conference time, 7, 8 guys. Come conference time, conference tourney, they're going to... It's going to be hard to play back-to-back-to-back days with 8 guys. It's going to be hard to play in that tourney.
With a short bench.
With the short bench, but the 8 guys that they're playing are good. They're really good. You got Sullinger, probably the player of the year, between him and Fredette. But he's probably the best college player in college right now. And he's a freshman. They got David Lighty. Guy can do all kinds of stuff. He went off the other day. He had like 10 points in like a minute and a half. He just like destroyed a team, like rebounding, hitting threes, stealing twice, going the entire court, dunking on them. It was like ridiculous.
They're usually a good bet.
They're smashing every team out there, okay?
They're usually a good bet.
Ohio State's smashing everybody. Duke's not smashing everybody. I don't know why Duke's number one.
They're
but
just,
Ohio State is
they're
smashing
number one
people.
because they win games, dude. Doesn't matter
They're
you're
number one because they're Duke.
Doesn't matter
Ohio
when you
State
win.
Smashes teams.
It does. Like, you don't get extra brownie points for smashing a team and getting a victory.
To me, you do.
To the fans, some fans want to see that. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, you are too. Okay, let's talk about another team coming out of the Big Ten.
Well, we're going to talk about Big 12 here, right? We're going to talk about Kansas right now.
That's who you want to talk about?
Yeah,
the third seed? Okay, let's move on to Kansas.
Let's talk about the Kansas Jayhawks. And basically, I think they have 2 losses on the year. They have one of the losses against Texas, which should be in the top 10, but isn't. I don't know how. So we're going to... Oh, Texas is in the top 10. I see it right there. So we're going to talk... I think Kansas should not be ranked higher than Texas. How is that even possible? Texas went into Kansas, went into Allen Fieldhouse. Kansas hadn't lost in like 10 years at home. I don't know, like they had like 70-game winning streak at home. And Texas went in, started the game, 18-2 Kansas. Kansas was smashing the shit out of Texas. Texas kind of like stays around, hangs around, down by like 10, 12 points at half. Come out the second half, and they beat the shit out of Kansas. And I loved it. I was watching that game. That was a fucking good game. But Kansas got the Morris brothers, 6'8". They're a little undersized. They have some other guys like Morningstar. These guys they're kind of like a J.J. Redick. white guy. He can hit threes, but you know, he's not like JJ. He's not. He can't really drive to the basket. So they got some players. I mean, I don't think they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win. No, but you know, they're ranked high. Good for them.
You don't think Kansas? Well, I don't think they'll win the whole tournament. But how far do you see them going in the tournament? You see them?
I don't see them. No.
Final.
No.
Not even Elite Eight.
No, I wouldn't. Depends on their bracket. We'll take a look at their bracket and see. But it's not a team that I like. I don't like them. I'm not impressed by them.
Years of in the past couple of years, they've been.
Sure, they had. They won one year.
Yeah, they won one year.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of hard for me to stray away from them, man, because they made me some nuggets.
Sure, they made me some. When they won, I had them at plus 600 to win the tournament, and they should never have won. Derrick Rose missed some free throws late. Memphis basically fucking collapsed in the last minute of that game.
Okay, let's move on to the fourth seed, Pittsburgh, coming out of one of two teams coming out of the Big East.
Yep, this is a team that I love. I love Pittsburgh. You know why? Because they smash people.
Yeah, they're always a dangerous team in this tournament. They're always a dangerous team.
They're gonna be. This is like a team that's probably. This team and like Ohio State, I think, should be the teams that win it. They should be the teams that are odds-on favorites to win this tournament. Pittsburgh's got Gibbs. Basically, this guy's ridiculous. He hits like every three. Like I don't think I've seen him miss a three. He hits every three. They have Wanamaker, who also hits a lot of three. I bet you Pittsburgh's hitting, I would say, 45% from three on the season. They're probably one of the top teams in all of college, all of the conferences at hitting threes. Then they have the toughness to play defense. They're really tough. They have athletic guys. They have a gorilla down low. This guy's got arms like tree trunks. He's like 6'10". He just like beats the shit out of all the kids. Like he's like a 35-year-old playing with 20-year-olds. Like it's ridiculous.
Like all the college highlights that I get are from clips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of hard to actually. I do have the college ball channel, but it's like I'd rather watch another sport, except for when it's.
You have to pick your spots with college, right? You gotta pick your spots because some games are going to be downright rotten.
Well, yeah, like Saturdays, right? On Saturdays you have a lot of college games on, right? And me, I'm a gambler. I like to bet, right? And that's how I got introduced to NCAA college ball, right? It's another way of gambling, and it's a great sport. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I actually like watching NCAA better than NBA. Tell you the honest to God truth. Okay, so we've already talked about the number 5 seed, which was Texas, coming out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, we can talk about. They got the 2 Canadians, right? They got the 2 Canadians out of Brampton.
Yeah.
So you know,